The Charlotte Hornets' late first-round selection of Nick Smith Jr. from Arkansas may have just been the best pick from this year's draft. And I'm not saying that, oh, Nick Smith is going to be the best player out of the draft. He's going to be better than Wembanyama. He's going to be better than Scoot Henderson. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I think the Hornets get a major steal in the type of player that we are getting with Nick Smith. Just a year ago, Nick Smith was a projected lottery selection. But after a season with the Razorbacks that saw him miss many games due to injury, only appearing in 19 of them, where he averaged 12.5 points on a 37% shooting percentage. Nick truly fits what Charlotte wants. A guard who is quick, shifty, and could really shoot the three-pointer. I think there's a lot of potential with Nick Smith. There's a lot of questions around him and his game, but I think this guy with time could be an everyday NBA starter. His potential is super, super high. I mean, seriously, we are looking at a player who has the upside of a lottery pick. The fact that he fell to 27, this is absolutely incredible. I really, really like Nick Smith and his game, and that's not just because I met him in Nashville in March, but I really think he has some major potential in this league. I think he will definitely stick around for a long time, and Charlotte really got this one right. Mark my words. He complements Melo really, really well, and I believe that he complements the second overall pick, Brandon Miller, really good. And honestly, the reason I was so high on Scoot Henderson and the reason he was my number one for the Hornets to take is the fact that, let's not get it twisted, it is time to move on from Terry Rozier. He's been fine for the organization, but it's time to move on. Rozier is almost 30 years old and he hasn't changed in production at all. He's been a streaky shooting guard all of his time in Charlotte, and honestly, I just think it's time to move into a younger direction, and I think Nick Smith is the best option for that if we were not going to take Scoot Henderson. And when I was watching the draft, I mean, I was actually talking with people and I was like, oh my gosh, Nick Smith keeps falling, because I thought Nick Smith was going to go top 15. I just did. And then when it got into that 20 range, I was like, oh my gosh, the Hornets have a pick in 27. And as a Hornets fan, I was like, there is not anyone I want left on the draft board other than Nick Smith. And when we took him, I saw all over Twitter, Charlotte fans are thrilled about the pick of Nick Smith. Way more happy than they are with the pick of Brandon Miller. I'm going to give Brandon Miller a chance. I just am, because I'm a Hornets fan. Now he's a part of the Hornets. I'm going to give him a chance. But I am way more excited about this selection of Nick Smith because I think it's an absolute steal. Nick Smith flows with LaMelo Ball better. He can play. He is a combo guard. He can play either guard position. So whatever position LaMelo does not want to play, Nick Smith can play the other one. We can send Rozier packing if we get the right trade package for Terry Rozier. I say we take it. I mean, he's got a terrible contract. Like I said, he's been streaky. It's time to move on. It is officially time for Nick Smith to slide. I'm not even going to say he should be a starter this year, but I think in 2 to 3 years, he definitely should be the starting other guard wherever LaMelo doesn't play. I think the Hornets got the steal of the draft in taking Nick Smith Jr. at number 27.